There an emergency?
Beg your pardon?
An emergency?
Quarter from Gold Coast Road. Just been stopped for a registration license check.
There you go.
What's this?
You're being served.
Being served?
Yeah, you're being served.
Served with what?
A document of mine for any unlawful detainment, and starting from the clock now, my name's, I go by the name of Grant Warren Hudson. I have a power of attorney over my birth certificate.
Buddy, do you have a driver's license on you?
I do.
Yep. I'll grab that off here. Is it your vehicle?
It is my vehicle, I own it.
Yep. Registered to yourself?
Yep.
Yep.
Under UCC law, under international law.
Okay.
I've got all my documentation here, number one. And have a look at that, that's my UCC filing number in the US.
Well, what's the rego of your proper rego of your car?
There's a copy of my registration, my insurance, third party and full comprehensive insurance.
What was your surname? Your last name, sorry?
I'm power of attorney over Grant Warren Hudson. Here is my notice.
That's okay.
To Neil Scales, the Director General, the Department of Transport. There's my registration.
You said Warren was your middle name? Yeah. What's your date of birth, Grant?
19th 70. Here is my, here is, yes it is. It's registered under international law, and there's my copy you can have a look at.
Law?
Yeah, it is the registration.
Registered with...
Neil Scales, the Department of Transport, yes. Under my UCC filing number, there's a copy. It's the third time I've been through the same process.
Well, you're driving around with plates that don't belong to the vehicle.
They do belong to me, and they do belong to the vehicle. They're my plates, and under my UCC number, and they're registered and insured. Every part of it is totally lawful. And if you check all your documentation, you'll see it's in order. This isn't registered with Queensland Transport. It's appointing Queensland Transport as judiciary. I own this vehicle. You guys don't own it. It's not under Queensland Transport. It's under international law. This vessel is in dry dock, and it is absolutely clear. If you have a look at this, this is appointing Neil Scales as the judiciary, and this was served upon him, and he has a copy of this.
I don't need that.
Well, you do need this, because this is where it shows you the registration, and there's a registration number.
Do you type all this up yourself?
Pardon? My lawyer did all this.
Who's
It's
your lawyer?
totally lawful.
Oh, yeah. Who's your lawyer?
Quentin Smith at Broadbeach Law Group. There's the registration number of the vehicle, UCC 2023-05231237, private, vessel and dry dock UCC 1-30A.
Yeah, none of that makes...
Doesn't make sense to you, but
No,
you
it
need to
doesn't make
understand that it is lawful. And insurance company wouldn't insure us if it wasn't, correct? And you got a copy of insurance, and you can contact your superiors and check with them. All my paperwork's in order. It's not in your system, you guys don't own it. It's private. Kai, look at me. Turn to me. This is where they get really confused. This is also my power of attorney over my birth certificate, me taking ownership over myself. This is where it gets really interesting. So, if you follow these procedures, if they break any laws from here on out, then they're being unlawful, and that means they're trying to stand over and above me and using coercion, which is also unlawful and against the law if they try to stop me from driving my own vehicle. So now they're going to have to contact their superiors, and this is where it gets confusing for them. So let's see what happens. Record.
What do you own this vehicle for?
That's another new vehicle.
Another new one? What do you do with the other ones?
I sell them every year. And
Every
I buy a
12
new
months?
one.
Well, that'll make sense.
Now, it's not on your system for good reason. You guys don't own it. It's not owned by you. It's
Yeah,
owned
it's
by
not
my
registered
private
with me.
organisation.
Yeah, we know it's...
I know where you're coming from, but I've been down this. I've won it in court over and over again, and we just have to keep going down the same path until you guys realise that this is lawful. And what's happening, I know you don't think it is, but all my paperwork's in order. My insurance is there. Everything's there. You ring up AAMI. You can check with them.
Oh, you're
my
insured,
vehicle's
you're just not
fully
registered.
comprehensive. No, it's registered. Look,
It's not registered.
this
It's
document,
insured.
I have a receipt of insurance, and I'll show you. Have a look at this document. Shows it's insured with
I know
Neil
it's
Scales, the Department of
We know
Transport.
it's insured, but it's not registered.
No, it's registered. It's registered. You can't see the registration. That doesn't mean to say it's registered. It's registered under UCC law with Neil Scales, appointing him as the judiciary. Now, you don't understand that, but if you ring your superiors and check with them, it's still registered, just not on your system because they don't contract with you guys.
When
Now-
you drive a car, as you know, on a Queensland road, you have to register it.
No, you don't.
You do.
UCC law 1-308 states clearly that you don't have to contract with Queensland Transport if you don't wish. However, you can appoint them as a judiciary. Now, it's not... Do you know if you say you have to register that that's coercion and you're forcing me to contract with another company or organisation, which I don't have to do? I mean, you don't realise this, but everything's changed since 2020. You know we're currently in martial law.
No.
I own every part of this vehicle. I own the plates, I own the car, and it can't be touched or tampered with. It's my vehicle. This is where it gets interesting. Hold it here to me.
At least they're not coming on my side.
They're trying to work it out right now because they know that I'm right.
It's hard for them to... It's really easy if they don't come on my side. But if it's on my side, it's harder. Because they might, like, take the phone off me. But they can't do that. Not allowed.
So right now the clock is currently ticking. I'm served them with a document. We're at $10,000 per hour. So we just sit here and we wait it out. The clock's currently ticking. Then we serve them this video as evidence to the fact that the clock is currently ticking. And they're at $10,000 an hour. And we continue to do that. So here's the $10,000 unlawful detainment, apprehension, or arrest. So right now we're just going to sit here and we're going to wait for them to try and work it out. They're now on the phone to their superiors trying to get to the bottom of it. Because I've got a copy of everything. I carry a copy of everything with me. And we haven't even got to the first will and testament of the grantor yet, which is my mother putting power of attorney over my birth certificate, which means they don't even have the right to actually pull me over right now. I'm totally out of their jurisdiction. So this is where it's going to get really fun. And you know what? I'm not going to give up ever until I put this thing to bed. And these guys start to understand that I don't need to register my vehicle with them. That everybody has their own right to travel, and no one should try and stop them. Right now they're contemplating whether they should continue down the path or not. And they realise that they're being served with my document now as well, which is making them question that too. So how much an hour do they want to be at, and what do they want to go through?
Are you right to go?
No problems.
I just thought I'd let you know so you know what's happening.